My generation faces a lot of pressures: social isolation, bullying, depression. I think people should fight to find what makes them happy, regardless of what other people think. I never fit into society's box. I always liked to do what I wanted to do and what I was passionate about. I think I've found my purpose. I don't know if everybody has one, but this is definitely mine. I can't imagine doing anything else. This is what I love. My name is Paige Knowles. I'm a plumber and a skilled trades advocate. I first gravitated towards plumbing and carpentry and electrical while I was working on rental properties with my parents. We would always do little small jobs to fix up the homes that we were renting out. And I started to see how much plumbers would charge just to do a very simple job that when I watch it, I probably could do that next time. So I was very interested in that. And when we were in 8th grade, we had the opportunity to explore the local career and technical school. And it was really interesting to all of the students when we went there. We thought it was super cool. But it was so exciting to be able to see all of the tools and possibilities of what you can create there. I go home and I tell my parents immediately, I want to go to tech school for plumbing. And they were like, are you sure you want to do that? My mom said, you know you're going to have to touch actual poop. But there's so much more to plumbing than just a toilet. People don't think about how incredible it is that water starts somewhere and gets to your house. You kind of take it for granted because you turn that sink on and water's always coming. I think a lot of people nowadays do not know how to work with their hands. That it's all about digital, social media, being on their phones. I think a lot of people nowadays get super distracted that they don't even know what they like to do because they just are scrolling. I think the stereotypical construction worker is just a big man who isn't afraid to get dirty, but this can also be a construction worker who can look however you want. As I was deciding my career path, there were a lot of people who were discouraging me. There was a lot of negativity from guidance counselors and teachers being like, why is that what you want to do? You're so smart, you should go to college. All of the friends that I got along with most were the smart ones who said that you shouldn't be going to tech school, and I lost touch with all of my friends from middle school. When I went back to my home school, it felt like everybody was embarrassed to be around me or be associated with me. I felt very alone, isolated. Having friends who weren't excited to be around me was not a good feeling. It made me feel like a failure at times, but I knew that I was following something that I was happy about. Once I walked into the tech school, it was the place I was meant to be. It was such like a positive experience. It was like the sun was shining down on me and everybody was just happy to be there. And it didn't matter what gender you were there to have a purpose and do something and learn something that had meaning in the world. The coolest thing about plumbing, in my opinion, is walking into a customer's house. They're really surprised that I'm a female knowing how to fix something that they don't know how to fix, especially when I walk into men's houses. They're surprised and a little bit offended. Who's this little girl who's gonna do something better than I can? But I think it's the most rewarding part about being in the skilled trades in general is that you are creating something, you are making something work that people will use every single day. I like to say that I'm like the superhero. When I go into someone's house, they need something fixed and I get to be the person who fixes it for them.
Okay, you need to go in there and find your name, and that's the table you sit at, and that's all your information. information. You have a short, hold on, I have no wonder when that
I first found out about Let's Build Construction Camp for Girls my first year of tech school. My instructor introduced me to the camp and I decided to go. So I didn't know a lot coming in. I was definitely very scared and I wasn't a very outgoing person at the time. But walking in there, I think it changed me. All of us had very little skill level. And by the end of day one, we had 5 L-shaped walls built. It's so rewarding to be able to see at the end of the day. We came in here knowing nothing, and now there's walls built. So day 2 of camp, once we have the walls built, we learn the internal stuff, so electrical, HVAC, and plumbing. We wired a receptacle, so an outlet, a plug, and a light switch with a light bulb. And nobody kind of expected this to be as rewarding as it was, but it was so exciting to be able to flip that switch and see light. It was a light bulb moment. We were all ecstatic. We were so happy. My transition from being a camper to an instructor at camp was because I did camp for 4 years and I had a lot of skills that the new campers didn't necessarily have, so I was able to help them. It's empowering in a different way now to be part of the camp, teaching these girls and empowering them and inspiring them. When COVID hit and I had to rethink life, I realized that there are not enough trades advocates and people encouraging the youth to get into the skilled trades. That I wanted to be an inspiration to girls getting into construction because there weren't that many people doing it for me. People should really get into the skilled trades because it's always going to be in demand and there's not enough people who know how to do it. I wrote a kid's book called Plumber Paige, Let's Replace a Shower Head. It's to encourage students to consider a path in the construction industry. It's okay to be different, and I think it's important for girls at a younger age in school to consider something that they will actually like and not just follow what everybody else says they should be doing. I don't think there is gender to a job. The future of the skilled trade workforce is really in the hands of the next generation. What they do decides what the future will look like. If I could speak to girls for 30 seconds, all the girls in the world, I just want to tell you to be happy, pursue what you're passionate about, and don't let anybody stop you because there's always going to be negativity and judgment. So follow what you like and don't fit into anybody's boxes. Don't play the roles people tell you to play. I really want to tell girls that, you're not without resources. You're not without possibilities. There are paths for you, there are opportunities out there that maybe you just don't see yet, but they are out there. You just have to have the courage to go out there and find them.